Hi everyone. My name is Happy. I'm a Chief Happiness Officer. I study happiness. I teach happiness. And I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. By the way, show of hands. Who wants to be happier in life? Okay, I hope all hands are up. Oh, great. Thank you. Question. Is this a good time to talk about happiness? Look at Hong Kong. Such an affluent society. 1 in 7 people is a millionaire in Hong Kong. And yet, do you see happy faces or not so happy ones? Yeah, right? So, Hong Kong's happiness ranking is 77 in the world. Mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, all these things are going up, happiness is coming down. This formula of more wealth, more materialism, I don't know whether it's actually working in Hong Kong. Now, I can tell you from my own personal experience, I went through the same thing. So, okay, so this is me at the age of 41, right? So I had a very profitable global trading business across 3 continents in 5 different cities. And I loved it. I was making money, I was making deals all the time. This is what I looked like, at the age of 41. So this is 2006. So notice, I was 86 kilos. My BMI was 26.8. I rarely smiled. And like obese I was already in that category because I didn't exercise. Wait, I did exercise, I used to use the remote control to change channels so my fingers would exercise. Also, when somebody would say exercise, I would joke, you mean extra fries? Anyway, this photo, if you can, I don't know if you can see you see that belly of mine? Yeah, you can, right? This is a very rare photo, by the way. Normally, you won't see that in any of my photos because what would happen is every time we were about to click a photo, my daughter would scream, "Papa, belly in," and I would, get a good photo. Here, I just missed out just few seconds. Anyway, the main thing is, because of my business and, running around, I had a very hectic lifestyle. I used to be very stressed out, irritated all the time. Notice, we are in Disneyland, California, and nobody is smiling. I mean, who goes to Disneyland with a grumpy face? That was me, right? So this is 2006. Now, because of this crazy lifestyle, not paying attention to exercise and all that, I started falling ill all the time. So I got colds and coughs, running nose. For 6 months, it wouldn't go away. And then one day, I wake up, I cannot breathe. I immediately went to see an ENT specialist. And he told me, get an X-ray done. Like, okay. So I get an X-ray done, show it to the doctor, and he tells me, both nostrils are blocked. And you need to do an emergency surgery or you will die. I was like, what? Me? Die? I was so shocked. Long story short, I survived. So, now this is me 10 years later in Thailand. Right? Now, I want you to notice 2 things. Firstly, can you see that all 3 of us are smiling? Yeah, we're happier, right? Okay, another thing. I actually look more younger in that photo than in this. 10 years later, I look much more younger. Now, happiness can actually do that to you. Now, what happened? How did I go from a grouch to a happy person? That's what I want to share with you today. Right? So, to understand that, to get some background, I want to share something from positive psychology, which is a science of happiness and human flourishing. Now, there are three things that determine our happiness in life. That's what positive psychology says. So the first thing is life circumstances. If you win a lottery, that makes you happy, right? If you get into a new romantic relationship, makes you happy. When you buy a new phone or you get a promotion, makes you happy. So that is like a shift in circumstances. When you do that, you become happier. The second thing that determines happiness is actually our genes. The things that we are born with are given to us by our parents. That actually determines some of our happiness. And the third thing that determines our happiness is intentional activities. Now, what do I mean by intentional activities is, imagine you want to lose weight, right? So you take on a challenge, you practice, and within few months, you lose 5 pounds. You succeed, right? And so you feel happier. So that is, you're putting in the effort and you get success. I mean, for example, you can look at the people who won the medal at the Olympics, right? They practiced. They became so good that they go and win a medal for the country. So these are voluntary activities. These are not given, right? You actually work towards creating happiness. So that is the intentional activities. Now, I want a show of hands, right? Who thinks that what matters most is life circumstance change? Can you raise your hand if you think it's life circumstances that make you more happier? Who thinks that way? Okay, there are a few people. Normally when I have a talk like this, most people think that it's the life circumstances that make you happier. But today, I don't think many people think that way, or there are a few. Who thinks genetics matters more? Okay, there's one here, a couple more there. That's good. And who thinks it's the intentional activities that make you happier? My God, you guys know something about positive psychology. By the way, so let me show you the research, okay? Can I have the next slide? Okay, so it's actually your genetics are predetermined. 50% of your happiness comes from your parents. It's encoded in a gene inside your body. You can't change it. You're born with it. You're stuck with it. 10%, only 10% of your happiness depends on the change in life circumstances. You make more money, get into a new relationship. That can only boost your happiness by maximum 10%. Now here's the good news. You still have the 40%, the intentional activities. Those are the things that really make you happier. Now, if you look at my life, I have created my life around that 40%. Right? So let me share with you what I did to accomplish that. After I had my health challenge, I was like not so interested in making money and expanding my business anymore. I was like, there has to be something more meaningful to do in life. So as such, business took a back seat, and I was looking for something to do, something meaningful and purposeful. At that time, I happened to travel to India for a holiday, and I experienced laughter yoga for the very first time. Now, this is a fun activity which you laugh, you move, you breathe, and you generate positive emotions. It's literally a workout, okay? So now I'm actually going to try it out, okay? So I want you to join me in doing some laughter yoga, okay? Let's fill the auditorium with some laughter. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Let's start by putting your hands together. So this is called Namaste Laughter, okay? So what you're going to do, is you're going to put your hands all the way in, all the way out. All the way in, all the way out. Now, make sure you do it all the way in, all the way out, okay? And then you look at the person next to you, look into their eyes, and you're going to laugh. By the way, this is what you do in laughter. It's that simple. It's that simple. So what you do is you move and you laugh. Now, one more benefit. So when you're doing this is actually very good for people who use computers, which most of us do, right? Because you are kind of taking good care of the nerves in your wrist. So if you do this, it actually releases tension in your wrist. So do that on a regular basis. So all exercises have a benefit, okay? Now, I actually saw, like, some of you guys were not laughing. Like, really. By the way, do you know children on an average, 5-year-olds, they laugh 500 times a day for no reason. Adults, they need jokes, and that also they're like, what will I think? So please, this time I'm going to teach you an exercise which is called as laughter engine, okay? So we're going to open up your laughter engine. So imagine this is a key, okay? So where's your laughter engine? It's in your belly. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to turn the key in and you're going to ignite laughter. So it's like this. Okay, everybody, say this with me. Very good, very good, yay! Wasn't that fun? It's easy to do. Like I'm telling you, laughter yoga is something that anyone can do anytime. It's that easy. Now, by the way, do you know 10 minutes of belly laughter equal to 30 minutes in the gym? Understand? So we need to laugh more. I'm telling you, we are too serious in Hong Kong. So, after I had learned laughter yoga, I started, I formed a community. It started with 5 people in a park, and we would laugh and no jokes, just laugh. And then we had a whole community that developed because of this activity. And then corporates found out about it. And they would invite us, oh, our staff are so stressed, can you please come and do something about them? And so, one of the things is, it became a movement, right? So I actually know 250 exercises using laughter and movement. I'm really good at it. I keep inventing new ways to laugh. And it's like when I'm working with the hospitals, it's different laughter. With corporates, it's different laughter. In NGOs, different laughter. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun to do this. In the last 12 years, we made over 100,000 people laugh in Hong Kong. Right? Even we were invited to do it at a TED Talk back in 2010 as well. Now, understand this. Laughter yoga, for me, is an intentional activity. I do it because I love doing it. Okay? Now, that has actually created this, it has ignited this love within me to help others. Right? I'm like, what can I do to make other people happier? So for me, it's always about learning new tools where I can share and make Hong Kong a happier place. Once I had that feeling that, oh, making people happier is better than making money, I started learning more. So I took courses in positive psychology, in neuroscience, in all different kinds of fields, even yoga and spirituality. And my goal was one thing: how can I learn something so I can teach it to others? In fact, right now, I'm actually 57 years old, and I'm doing a master's degree in behavioral health right here at HKU. Thank you. Now, why do I need to do it? You know, I still have 3 businesses that are running very well. But I love learning. You know, laughter is one of my strengths. As a kid, I used to laugh a lot. And in fact, if you look at the college yearbook, my name is printed more times than the principal's name. Why? Because I used to be the official college joker. So I used to submit jokes, and they used to print it as fillers in the yearbook, and that's why my name is there more times than the principal's. So for me, laughter is a way to make a difference in the world. And really, it makes me happy. That's the reason. It's, again, as I said, voluntary activities. Now, it has gone beyond that, right? So for me, laughter, it started with laughter, and now I'm also teaching happiness and well-being all over Hong Kong, to corporates, to universities. I even have a course right here in HKU. So now I teach this because this is something that is my calling, right? I wake up each morning empowered to go out there and make a difference, make Hong Kong a happier place. By the way, that's a mission and purpose in life, to inspire everyone to be happy and healthy and to aspire for higher goals in life. That's my mission in life. When I do that, I feel really good. Like, you ask any teacher, what is it that inspires you? He said, teaching my craft. So that's what I'm doing. That's the idea that I wanted to share with you, my dear friends. Happiness is accessible to everyone, provided we have a shift in our understanding a little bit, right? The conditional, those life circumstances, yeah, it's great to have great circumstances. And sometimes they don't come along all the time. But that 40% is your intentional activities. So my humble request to all of us is to practice something that you're good at. Go back to your childhood and what were you good at? Practice more of that and create happiness in your life. I learned it that way, and I hope that you learn it too. Thank you so much.